Oh my gosh. You guys, I can't even put into words how much I love this little guy. George is the kind of animal that steals your heart the moment you lay eyes on him. He's this tiny, fluffy, four-legged ball of energy that just radiates happiness. When he runs, it's not just a trot. It's like watching a little marshmallow with turbo boosters. His mane bounces, his ears twitch, and suddenly, out of nowhere, he just takes off, full speed, like a tiny rocket. And in that moment, you wouldn't believe that just a short time ago, George could barely walk. The first time I saw him, my heart sank. He was just a baby, only 7 months old, and he was struggling. His tiny body looked tired. His eyes had these dark, heavy halos around them. And his hooves. Oh, his hooves. They were so painfully overgrown that just standing was a challenge. Every step he took looked wrong, unnatural, like he was balancing on stilts that weren't meant to hold him. And yet, even with all of that, there was something in his eyes. A spark. A quiet little fight inside him that said, I just need a chance. George had ended up at an auction, the kind of place where dwarf horses like him often don't get a second chance. He was small, he was weak, and in that environment, that meant he was unwanted. It's heartbreaking, but a lot of people see these special little horses as a burden, not a life worth saving. But the moment we saw him, we knew. We couldn't leave him there. He needed help, and he needed it fast. That day was long. We loaded him up carefully, making sure he was as comfortable as possible, and started the journey home. He was quiet, just staring out, his little body swaying with every bump in the road. I kept glancing back at him, just wondering what was going through his mind. Did he understand that this was the start of something new? Did he feel safe yet? When we finally arrived, we set up a temporary stall in the garage. Just something cozy, warm, where he could rest and get settled. But I couldn't walk away from him. I sat down next to him, and before I even knew what was happening, he climbed right into my lap. He just curled up there, like he knew. Like for the first time in his life, he could stop worrying. That moment. I will never forget that moment. The first priority was his hooves. They were so overgrown that they had started curling, making it nearly impossible for him to walk properly. It wasn't just uncomfortable, it was painful. We had to take it slow, one trim at a time, carefully shaping them back to what they should be. And with every little adjustment, you could see the relief in his body. At first, he was still tender, walking gingerly, unsure of this new feeling. But then, day by day, something amazing started happening. George started moving. At first, just a few steps with more confidence. Then a little trot. And then, one day, he just took off. Full speed, like he had been waiting his whole life for that moment. It was pure joy. It was freedom. And watching him run for the first time, really run, with his mane flying and his little legs moving like crazy, it was like watching a miracle unfold. And let me tell you, George did not stop there. The moment he realized he could move, he became the feistiest little guy in the entire herd. He went from being the quiet one to the troublemaker. He was the first to start playing, the first to chase after the others, the first to run up and demand attention. He turned into the annoying little brother to every other dwarf around him. And honestly, it was the cutest thing in the world. I remember one morning I stepped outside, and there he was, zooming in circles, trying to get one of the older horses, Daisy, to play with him. She was just standing there, watching him with this look like, oh boy, here we go again. And George? Oh, he was relentless. He nipped at her, ran in front of her, wiggled his little body like he was saying, come on, chase me. And finally, after what felt like forever, Daisy gave in. She took off after him, and I swear the pure joy in that moment was something I'll never forget. George's transformation has been nothing short of incredible. From a struggling, neglected baby to this wild, happy, fearless little firecracker. It's what makes all of this worth it. Every long night, every hard day, every tear shed over these rescues, it's worth it. Because now George has a future. He has a life filled with love, play, and happiness. And the best part? He has so many years ahead of him. There are so many George out there. So many little souls that just need a second chance. A little help. A little love. And the truth is, we can't do this alone. Every single rescue, every life saved happens because of people who care. People like you. If George's story touched you, if you believe in giving these animals a future, there's so much you can do. Share this story. Spread the word. And if you can, consider helping more horses like George. Every donation, every act of kindness makes a difference. George didn't know he was getting a second chance that day at the auction, but he took it. And now? Now he's living his best life. And that's what rescue is all about.